Women need to be worried about you losing interest. Hold up. Don't judge. Let's just dive deeper together. Understand this together so that we can gain clarity together. Now, women are very good at analyzing situations psychologically, for thought is always controlling women, but she's not aware that she's being controlled by thought. That is why it's always easier for a man to lead, for he is using logic, but women are using feelings and emotions, and feelings and thoughts go in hand. I thought about something, I felt this way, and because I felt this way, that gave me different types of thoughts in my head, and I am gaining clarity. Now, you get it, right? Now, let's turn the psychological stoicism in a different stage, in a different lens, so that you can understand this in a healthy way. I don't want you to come for me here on the comment section, like most of you do. You just tell us this. You don't give us the perfect way of having a game on women, no. My friend, the moment you start applying a game on a lady, she will always find a way to make it make sense to her. When it doesn't make sense, that is the thought controlling her. She will realize and she will know that you are using game on her. And now she identifies that you are insecure. She will subconsciously use your insecurities as a way of baiting you. And in her own state of understanding you are low value. And your SMV isn't as she had already perceived. Now, before you get pissed, let's understand one thing. Okay? Women are always reading the energy. Again, women are always reading the energy in a very passive way, yet nuanced way. Your tone is always analyzed in a psychological state. He said this, but he had this vibe, this energy. That made me feel a certain way. Now I am analyzing how I felt about him. I have different types of thought about him. Now, before we go on that side, I know your one question will be, how can I specifically act? How can I specifically act so that I can be in a perfect image to communicate that I am not highly interested in her, for that is what will communicate me losing interest in her. You need a perfect image to deliver that. This is the one thing you have to understand. The moment you slowly start having a perfect image to deliver the low interest in her, you're already attending in her. Okay. You're trying to do something so that she can notice that you're not that highly interested in her. Right, Isaac? But at this moment, you have a passive energy. When you stop doing what you're doing, then you worry about doing something else so that it can yield a different result. What is that? It's not a distraction. It's attending. You are attending to her in a passive way. So you worry too much of being a perfect image so that you can deliver that. So I want you to understand that sentence, information as it is. Like you have just to be aware of that first. Like you don't analyze, like I told you, you don't analyze this. Then you turn everything on you. Obviously, you are listening to this right now at this very moment. So, I want you to attend to you. It's in the present, you are with yourself. Why worry about how she will act, behave, respond? Why is the thought controlling you? When the thought controls you, for men operate on logic, it will contradict with a woman's psychological mind. You will send her a certain vibe, energy, in a passive way. For there is always a transformation of energy. Thinking about her, worrying about her, acting in a specific way so that you can get a specific result, there is an energy happening. Right? Why can't you attend to yourself? you're not going to put an ROI because you expect something. Rather, you are doing that for when it doesn't go the way it was meant to go, it was meant to happen. You got yourself, which builds a psychological muscle. You be strong, right? You often start acting in a certain way, for you are using your past relationship, your past experiences as a way of attending to the existing problem, or you think it is a problem. That is how you have analyzed it, and now you want to find clarity so that you can be sure that it will work, right? Yeah, you can do that. But how can you now remove doubt? For the doubt is causing fear, and more fear causes anxieties. How can you be sure that she will consistently commit to you without acting in a specific way to deliver that you're not that much highly interested in her, so that she can start pleasing you and she can remind herself that she needs to build and work for that relationship? Right, Isa? How? Now, let's get rid of the fear first. Let's not name it as fear. Fear is just the word. When you name it as fear, it heightens. It's like, okay, there is a tree in the field. That was just a word given to that object so that it can have an identity. Your name. Your name is not really your name, but you are given that name, and now that you are attached to it, for that is what identifies you. But reality is, that is not really your name. You might decide to change it, but it gives you an identity. Why am I using this? I want you to get rid of the word fear, because what you feel when you are in a relationship with Hannah, what causes you to think that you have fear or you feel fear, you are the only one who knows, and you are the only one who can describe the feeling. But let's not name it as fear. Let's just mention it as a feeling in its own state, because you know how it feels and how it makes you feel. Right? How can you get rid of the doubt now that you have dealt with the fear? How can you deal with the doubt? Every time in the front end game now, in the front end game, middle end game, when dealing with any lady in a relationship, maybe slightly also in the back end game, always doubt what she is saying. Again, always doubt what she's saying. Women don't always communicate things because they will do them or they mean. They just communicate what makes sense to you, logic, and they communicate what makes sense to them or how that makes them feel, but they're not even aware of that, because thought is always in the movement in a woman's mind. Right? Now, always doubt what she is communicating to you. This is not toxic. Just give me time and then you will understand everything in a step that will now clarify everything. And then in that moment of doubting everything that she's telling you, also doubt your analyzation about her. Obviously, you will analyze her. Even when I tell men not to analyze women, you will end up analyzing her. Always doubt your analyzation about her. And then it confirms that you are doubting your brain, right? After doubting your brain, you never stop doubting until you start doubting the doubt itself. But when you slowly start to fix the doubt, I am doubting this, so I must act this way to fix the doubt. But now fixing the doubt creates what we call fear that we try to get rid of. And now anxieties. And now you are the one who is always the problem. And now you must fix yourself. And now you must be in a certain manner so that it can communicate what? low interest in her. So doubting her and her words and how you have perceived about her will consistently yield to a certain action from her. When I am talking with Isaac, I am conversing with Isaac, I am analyzing you, Isaac, then I am looking at your eyes. When I am looking at your eyes, I am looking to what you are paying attention to, and now giving you what you are paying attention to in the near future. Okay, that will allow me to deliver what matters to you in the near future, because you only pay attention to what matters to you. Now, in the near future, delivering what matters to you isn't a confirmation that I have a good intention. Let it happen consistently until you start doubting the doubt itself. Because delivering what I saw, it's what matters to you, because that is what you paid attention to, will allow you to easily trust her, get attached to her. Now that she knows that she got you, she's gone. Why will she walk away? I mean, that you easily trusted her, right? Maybe she easily trapped you and got what she wanted from you, right? And now that it's just boring, there is no fun, she's faced with the reality, she needs to commit, she can't commit. She just wanted to have fun. But you analyzed that relationship as a serious relationship. You reciprocated. She just wants to have a fantasy with you. She's not serious. Maybe you will say, why will she date me if she doesn't want a serious relationship? She's maximizing hypergamy. And any man who quickly reciprocates, because she was highly interested in him, that guy is not fulfilling hypergamy. Now, I often define hypergamy as a feeling, for it's how she will analyze how you present yourself to her and how that will make her feel about you. You might not have the assets, like I said before, but if she perceives you in a certain lens, because that is how you've accepted yourself and that is how you presented yourself, and the community also handles you in a specific way that communicates high social status, and that is how it makes her feel. It's not the logic, but that is how it makes her feel. That is hypergamy. Like I said, Kanye West and Drake, they will be served with the same shit. He will think that the assets that he has, the money, will make Hannah stay. But she won't. She will think that she will stay, but I can use Kanye and Drake to gain clarity of what hypergamy is to me as Hannah. Now, always doubt her high interest and always doubt your analyzation of Hannah or judgment of Hannah, which means you are doubting your brain, which equals to the doubt itself. Letting the seed doubt bloom, you don't fight it, so that in the near future, you can start doubting doubt itself. That is when you gain clarity. Now, for the sake of this video, my energy is off. I don't want to bother you with too much information. For most of you complain. Your philosophies sometimes are complicated to understand. I have to listen to it again and again just to gain clarity. At least I try to use logic so that it can't be about philosophy. I use real scenarios, Hannah and Isaac, so that you can gauge and understand the information as it is and not try to analyze in ways you will understand it in your own way so that it can deliver false knowledge. Like you said, the other guy who said, I need to act in a specific way to deliver the image she wants so that we can have a committed relationship. No, you can never deliver a specific image. You do not know how she perceives of you. You also have your own image of how you have perceived of her. She is not aware. She will never know how you perceive of her. And then there is reality. The image of you that exists in reality and the image of her that exists in reality, but none of you are aware of those images that exist in reality. Because you perceive yourself in a certain way, and you want a certain image from her. She perceives herself in a certain way, and then she wants a certain image from you. Are you a new member? Welcome on board.